Now, I honestly can't remember the lineup at this point, but I want to say Tom, Dr. D. Dr. D is going to come up and obviously I'm incredibly biased because everything I know and where I am today is all because of this gentleman, giant gentleman in front of you. He is responsible for everything I've accomplished and probably hundreds of people throughout the world have accomplished is because of him. And so we asked him to speak just to give his sort of words of wisdom on, is there a need for specialization, and if so, why? And so it's my great honor to introduce Tom demeester, who obviously needs no introduction, and who is really the one that started all of this. It's been, I think, his vision for something like this to happen over the decades. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, John. Now, I've been given the task to just discuss in a more of a, I think, less humorous way, the importance of whether or not we shoot for specialization. And I've got a very short little comments on that, won't be long, but just some thoughts about the serious business of becoming a special group. Now, most of my comments will be focused on surgeons, because there I would have to withdraw from the American College of Surgeons in a sense. And I don't talk really too much to the gastroenterologist, although ultimately I'd like to see the whole thing become a specialist and separate medicine, and stop separating medicine and gastroenterology, surgery apart. Do I have a clicker here? So the need for special. Okay, good.
It's the middle button to advance.
Okay. So I have 5 reasons for specialization that I've sort of come up with that would be helpful. The first is it's a natural phenomenon that takes place. Technology forces it. Marketplace is important. Patients' desires and professional goals. So let me just say a comment about each of these. Natural phenomenon. Stones drop, water wets, fire burns, and knowledge begets specialization. You may resist it. You can stop it for a while. You can organize against it, but it eventually occurs. So it's a natural phenomenon that we would want such a thing. Technology. We started with open surgery. Laparoscopic surgery came in against a lot of resistance. Interventional radiology moved towards us. Robotic surgery started and is getting started now. Endoluminal surgery came, and transluminal surgery came. You see the movement away from traditional surgery to these other disciplines. If we don't join together, these disciplines will find other homes. And it's important to feel the pressure of technology and work along with it. There is an interesting principle that follows with technology. Knowledge fosters specialization. And specialization, once we know more about it, fosters technology. Technology fosters new knowledge, is a corollary, and new knowledge fosters specialization. It just keeps going in a circle. we never really get ahead of it, so we might as well incorporate it. Now, the marketplace. I'm going to list several, and I'd like you to pick in that group of specialties the outlier. It's very simple, isn't it? Most of them are directed towards a particular part of your body. But what is a general surgeon? And that's a difficult thing to get over when you got technology and these other issues pushing you. The term general surgery is really obsolete. It does not describe the focus of your likelihood. If you're a urologist, people know what you do. It lacks a diagnostic dimension. You conditioned yourself to where your diagnosis is dependent on someone else. It stifles diagnostic testing and diagnostic endoscopy and therapeutic endoscopy. You know, Ken Wang did a great job to this afternoon if you saw it. And he moved within an inch of me, what we used to do. So you see that happening right before you. It perceives as providing only an end-stage therapy. Most of our associates only think of us at the very end of a disease. In fact, sometimes they usurp the word surgery for their specialty. And as you see here is a usurpation of the word in a journal or a program put on by the internists, and they usurp the word surgery in the title of it. So they also see the need to identify themselves. And then there's patient desires. Patients focus on their disease. They don't focus on surgery. Patients seek out consultations and guidance from physicians who identify with their disease. General surgeon, identify with esophageal disease, it's a big stretch. It's a big foregut surgeon might be a little closer. Patients desire an informed discussion about the options of surgical therapy for their disease. And many times they never get a chance to come to us about it. Someone else does the information to them who isn't necessarily fully understanding what we do. Patients with an esophageal problem bypass general physicians and surgeons in favor of those who have a specific focus and reputation in the care and treatment of esophageal disease. They get on the internet and they find the right person. And my last here is professional goals. What we want to accomplish in our life is a drive towards specialization. We want to establish esophageal surgery as an approved specialty. Foregut surgery, if you'd like to call it that. Maybe eventually we drop the surgery and we talk about practitioners in foregut surgery that includes internists as well. We are committed to a group, work with a group, which is critical, and that's why we have been drawn here together, as you heard John say and others say, that this is the modus that brought us together today. We have to be institutionally minded because without surgeons, nothing in surgery happens. But if we don't have an institution, then nothing that happens stays. An institution survives for a long period of time. So it's important for that goal to be obtained. We want to make we want to make a reformation. We don't want to start a revolution as we go in this process. It's a goal of our profession. And we want an opportunity to conceptualize and communicate the vision we have for surgery. And we want to encourage a detailed interest in patients. It's not what we do, but for whom we are doing it that makes the difference. This is a very interesting description of surgery at this time that we've been going through for the last couple of years. It's by Gawande. You know him as writing a number of books in this area. But he says the focus has shifted over time from a specialty defined by manual operation to one defined by concerns with the disease that might need an operation. This is crucial difference, for it is the difference between whether we aim to be technicians or aim to create doctors. So it's critical for us to accept those things and responsibilities. So here are some requirements for the emergence of a specialty. It isn't easy. General surgeries will need to undergo a reformation. They'll have to be reformed. I don't think general surgeons all over will be ready to do that. So we will be challenged in that process. General surgery will need to do further promotion of endoscopy than what they do now. The group that we're aligned with at the present time. General surgery will need to allow other well thought out specialties to emerge, each with their own focused area of clinical interest, educational objectives, and scientific goals. If they do it for us, they may have to do it for others. It'll be resistance. General surgery will need to foster diagnostic laboratories in the specialties when appropriate. So they're going to get into a whole different sequence of events if they would allow us to go forward with that. But who's going to do it? Physicians hold the future of healthcare reform in their hands. You people here are the only ones that can do surgery, in a sense. I'm not speaking just to gather, this is surgeons. And you're the only people that can do that. Consequently, the success and failure of our efforts to develop a specialty in foregut surgery hinges largely on surgeons like you. And hence, that's why we're here together tonight. It would be a bold step, but it'd be a great step for patients and science. Thank you very much.